we have to approve the reports, too?
I think so. I've never have.
Okay. Jen, you don't have to approve the reports?
Well.
No, okay.
They've already been approved and
All right.
published.
They're published, yeah.
We all set?
Yeah,
Okay.
there was a lot of it.
Good evening. Adequate notice has been given in accordance with the Sunshine Law. Notice was published on November 22nd, 2017, in the New Jersey Star Ledger, the official newspaper of the Township of Springfield for the year 2017, and posted in the Annex Building on December 29th, 2017. Please rise and join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Gentlemen, we have a roll call.
Mr. Luigi Monaco?
Here.
Mr. Stephen Hochstein?
Here.
Mr. David Schnur is absent. Mr. Mark Cunningham?
Here.
Mr. Daniel Poltrock?
Here.
Ms. Jody Cohen is absent. Mr. Harris Lawfer is absent. Vice Chair Greg Roth?
Here.
Chairman Anthony Fonseca?
Yes, here.
Sir, we have a quorum.
Thank you. I would like to ask for a motion to approve the minutes of February 2018. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Are there any objections or abstentions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes approved, thank you. All right, we have some resolutions from last month. I'd like to ask for a motion to approve application 2017-16, RPG LLC, 75 Route 22 East, Block 3801, Lot 6. That was a preliminary and final site plan with 2 bulk variances and a D6 variance for building height for the new health club. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve application 2017-16.
Is there a second?
A second.
We have a roll call.
Mr. Hochstein?
Yes.
Mr. Poltrock?
Yes.
Mr. Monaco?
Yes.
Vice Chair Roth?
Yes.
Chairman Fonseca?
Yes,
Motion passes.
thank you. The next resolution is application 2018-3, 49 Evergreen LLC, 49 Evergreen Avenue, Block 2001, Lot 40. That was a front and side yard variance for an addition. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll motion.
Is there a second?
A second.
And we have a roll call.
Vice Chair Roth?
Yes.
Mr. Poltrock?
Yes.
Mr. Hochstein?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. The third and final resolution is application 2018-1, Sony Realty LLC, 30 Route 22, Block 3104, Lot 1. That was for a preliminary and final site plan with bulk variances and use variances. Dunkin' Donuts with a drive-through. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve application 2018-1.
Is there a second?
Second.
May we have a roll call?
Mr. Hochstein?
Yes.
Vice Chair Roth?
Yes.
Mr. Poltrock?
Yes.
Motion passes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, we have one application this evening. It's application 2018-2, Ricardo Morgado and Sandra Colho.
Yes.
Thank you. 43 High Point Drive, Block 3301, Lot 5. This is for a front yard, building and lot coverage variances, addition, and a driveway. Can you please come forward?
And I'll be swearing you in. I'll swear everybody in as right before they testify, okay?
Yeah.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear testimony you're about to give and any evidence you present to the board is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. Please give your name for the record, spelling your last name, and then give your address.
Yes. Name is Sandra Coelho, SANDRA current owner of 48 High Point Drive, Springfield, New Jersey.
Terrific. So tell us what you want to do.
Look at you, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Thank you for having us here today. We're coming, my husband Ricardo in front of the zoning board today because we'd like to ask for relief for the following variances. Front yard setback is the first one, building coverage and lot coverage. I know it sounds like a lot, so just hear us out first. Just to give you a brief background about us, we've been looking to buy a home here in Springfield for the last couple of years. Last summer, we came across this lovely little ranch-style home in the Baltusaro top area of Springfield. We had actually been looking here for a very long time. Our daughter has some special needs, and the current town we live in just doesn't provide that for her. So, school system is really important to us, and also just location-wise, I commute into the city. My husband's across New Jersey, pretty much all over the place. So we wanted a central location where we'd have a great town and good school system for our daughter. So we found this lovely home, and unfortunately, it's a little bit old. It needs some modernization. It hasn't really been upkept in the last 60-something years since it was built. So we'd like to modernize it, and we think that by changing some of the layout of the home, it would only increase the value of the home, not only for our home, but also maybe our neighbors' homes and the neighborhood as well. I'd like to submit for your review the existing layout of the home and also the proposed addition and picture of what the house would look like.
All right,
If we were.
sure, we can mark them.
Mark them A1.
Yeah, we'll mark them individually. How many?
It's one submittal, two pieces.
Okay, so
Oh,
A1 and then A2?
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
That's just a bigger rendering of what we're getting handed?
Yes, that's exactly what
And if you could just briefly describe what's been marked as A1. A1 will say, Gen A1 will say the depiction. It's a proposed addition renovation at 48 High Point Drive, just showing the front of the house.
Yes.
Okay,
And on the upper right hand corner,
Thank you.
existing picture of that.
okay. And A2 is the first floor plan?
Yeah, yes, the layout currently of the house is interior.
A little different from what sits there now.
And that's dated, for the record, March 16th, 2018.
Slightly.
As you can see from the home on the upper right-hand corner, we have a small porch in the front that we would like to propose to enclose to create a larger living room and kitchen area. We feel that the additional space would be beneficial for our home style, and currently we don't have a sit-down eating area in the kitchen. So by enclosing the porch in the front, we'd get more space in the back of the house in the kitchen living room area.
Could I just ask you a question about the photo on the top right? Did you take that photo? Okay, all right.
Architect took that picture.
All right, I'll ask you questions when you come up.
Even though we think the front porch is a nice feature, unfortunately, you can really only use your porch when it's nice weather outside. So if it was enclosed, we can use it all year round, and it'd just be increased living space for us. And that would be more beneficial for us. Also, you can see from the picture, we would like to add a circular driveway to the property. Personally, for me, I think it's safer to pull in and out of circular driveway than to back out of the driveway we currently have. My husband always tends to make fun of my driving, and he says that would be better for me, so I don't mess up the car. And also, cars drive really quickly down High Point Drive, and they use it as a cut-through to get to Summit Road and Route 22. So personally, for me, I just think it'd be better to pull in and out of a circular driveway. And it'd be probably safer for us too. There's also a lot of lack of overnight parking here. I think there's a restriction between like 12 and 5 a.m. We can't park on the street. So in case we have anybody over, we just have additional parking for them. And that way it's not on the public street. Also, due to that effect, if we do add a circular driveway or enclose the porch, we have the increased living area and the impervious pavement from the circular driveway. We are proposing we would build a rain garden in front of the home The rain garden would contain the additional water runoff we are generating, but in addition, the rain garden is not only the solution to mitigate the excess of water, but it would be a lovely feature for the front of the home and maybe even for our neighbors as well. We have this evening with us our architect, Mr. Alfredo da Silva, and he could further explain the architectural structural changes of the home that we'd like to do. And we also have the engineer, Mr. Mike Lanzafama, and he can provide further information about our circular driveway and the stormwater management solution for the property.
Okay. Anybody have any questions right now? Why don't we hear from the architect?
Sure. Come up and I'll swear you in. Please raise your right hand. You swear testimony you're about to give and any evidence you present to the board is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please give your name and business address for the record, spelling your last name.
Alfredo da Silva, last name is D-A-S-I-L-V, isn't Victor A. It's Alfredo da Silva, and it's number 11 Marne Street, M-A-R-N-E, in Newark, New Jersey.
And could you describe your educational background for the board?
Yes, it was a while back, so.
If you can recall.
Yes, I first started with Essex County College and then went to what is now NJIT. Back then it was NCE. So we did that, and I've also provided testimony for this city a long while, probably around 12 or 15 years ago. I provide testimony in Union, Jersey City, Newark, Kearney, Harrison, and a few other cities along the North Jersey corridor. I've been in the field of architecture for about 45 years, and the last 25 as a registered architect.
Okay, is your license current in New Jersey?
License is current. I'm supposed to be retired, but here I am.
Okay.
But the license is current, and I'm pretty much just right now concentrating on the residential area, which is a little lighter for me, so to ease into retirement, I guess.
I think we can accept his qualifications.
Before you begin, could I just quickly have you verify the photo? Did you take that photo?
Yes, I did.
Do you know when you took it?
It had to be probably, when did we start this? Sandra, about 5 months ago.
Yeah, August or something.
Okay, has it been altered in any way?
Not at all.
Does it represent the current condition of what it depicts?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And that's marked as A1, so, okay. You can begin with your testimony.
Is it okay here? Can I bring it up front or is it fine?
Well, you could take the microphone out of the holder.
Okay.
Yeah,
I may have been incorrect. Oh, there you go.
I'm going to leave the the site plan and the for the engineer to explain. I'm just going to say that we are asking for 3 variances: one for front yard setback, one for building coverage, and one for lot coverage. Basically, what we're doing, most of the work is situated inside the existing house. We are adding the porch, as the owner did, explained, which is about 369 square feet to the area. But because we're doing that and we're offsetting the entrance a little bit, since we need 50 feet in the front and we don't have that, that's one of the variances. The building is the lot is a substandard lot based because we're asking. I mean, the zoning asks for 22,000 square feet. We only have 19,340 square feet. So we are already, non-compliant as far as the lot. Basically, you have the existing conditions in front of you, the first floor. There is a walk-up, half-level that right now is just open, and I think they used, the previous owners used that for, as a family room. Mr. Morgado wants to convert that into 2 bedrooms plus a bath, and we're relocating the stairs that exist there now. But the basic space remains the same. We're adding 2 bedrooms to that area and the bathroom. Downstairs, when you're going downstairs, you enter into a new entrance area that will be vaulted. Therefore, the peaks on the rendering. And we're coming into a family dining room area, and then into the back of the house, there's an expanded kitchen and dining room area. We're maintaining that 1 bedroom that is there now and using it as a guest bedroom, and also expanding the other bedroom to provide a master suite for the owners. And the living room area exists as it is now, with the exception that we're putting in a vaulted ceiling, as well as a vaulted ceiling for the master bedroom. We are going to change all the roofs in the house because the owner likes peaks, and we're going to introduce, this is basically what he would like to have as far as the look of the house. That's why the various peaks in the house. And we're going to take out the existing roofs and just put in new roofs. We are keeping to the required height requirement that the town asks for. The basement area basically stays the same. We are adding that area where the porch is a new basement space, and the rest stays the same. There's a few partitions there that we're taking out that he wants to just open up the whole basement area for entertainment purposes. We're adding a laundry room and a utility room in an existing area that is there now. The exterior, the garage is currently a 2-car garage with 1 door. They want to put in 2 separate doors, which we're doing. The brick, we're trying to maintain the brick, especially on the side and the back as it is. We're going to take the one on some of the front and try to match it in the back because of it's already weathered. And then we're introducing stone to the front of the house. In the back, as I said, the brick is going to be maintained. We're going to try to maintain the existing window openings, introduce new windows with a different flare. But basically, the main openings are going to stay pretty much the same. In the back, we're maintaining the patio area that's there, which is existing, so they're not changing that at all. Again, the engineer is going to. There's a lot of roof area, therefore we had to introduce the rain garden to do the catchment for the roof. Okay, and that's about it. Basically, if you have any questions, I can entertain those.
Steve, you have any questions so far? Anybody else have any questions? Sam, do you have any questions?
I have no questions.
Okay.
Good job.
Does anybody from the public have any questions of the architect?
Give him the microphone.
Sir, could you please identify yourself for the record, your name and address, spelling your last name?
My name is Mike Soracchio.
Okay. And
I
your,
live on 43 High Point Drive in Springfield.
could you spell your last name, please?
C-E, RRACCHIO.
And right now, you will, just so you know, you'll have an opportunity to make a comment about the application. Right now, it's just questions of this witness. So if you have any questions, if you could ask them now.
Yes, I think, can I say for everybody what's different? Anyway, I think as long as it's not too family, I think I'm happy.
Just want to let you know, right now, it's just questions of this witness. You will have an opportunity at the end of the application to give your opinion or to make a comment about the application, but right now, it's not that time.
I have no
Right now, it's
question
just
for the
questions.
gentleman.
Okay,
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
thank you.
Good evening.
Do you swear testimony you're about to give and any evidence you present to the board is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. My
Thank
name
you.
is Michael Lanzafama, that's Lanzafama. I'm a licensed professional engineer, land surveyor and planner, licensed in the state of New Jersey. I'm a principal with the firm of Casey and Keller Incorporated, 258 Main Street, Millborough, New Jersey. I've been before this board and numerous boards throughout the state on numerous occasions. I've been licensed as a professional engineer and land surveyor since 1984, and as a professional planner since 1985.
And your license is,
Still current.
thank you. Accept his credentials.
Thank you. The property in question is in the S-120 zone. As you know, we're required to have 22,000 square feet of land area in that particular zone. This property is undersized, and it is back, it's 19,322 square feet. It's about 130 feet of frontage and has an average depth of about 149 feet. The purpose of the application, as my client and the architect has pointed out, is to basically bring the house up to modern day standards. They're trying to create a much larger kitchen, so that they could have family activities occur within the kitchen area, and also expand the family room as well as the dining area. To do that, they need to eliminate the existing porch that is on the property, that's currently attached to the house, and expand that area out and project it into the front yard. The variance that we are seeking is a front yard setback variance of 1.7 feet. The requirement in the zone is 50 feet. The existing house is at 49.3 feet, and the proposed structure would be at 48.3 feet. Now, I'd like to point out that the only area that actually intrudes that additional 1 foot is just basically the portico area of the house. So you're not talking about a huge amount of mass projecting into that front yard area. The existing building coverage is currently non-compliant at 15.14%, or 15% is permitted within the zone. What we are proposing to do, as the architect pointed out, is expand the footprint by 369 square feet. So that would bring us up to 17.05%. So you're looking at a 2.05% variance from the ordinance. And interestingly enough, if this lot were full size at 22,000 square feet, the building coverage would be compliant at 14.99%. And finally, the lot coverage variance. Currently, we're at 30.71%, or approximately 5,933 square feet is the current coverage. The ordinance, as you know, has been modified and changed, where now the requirement or the permitted amount of lot coverage is only 22.5%. With the addition of the expansion of the house as well as the circular driveway, we are going to be increasing the coverage to 37.84%. Now, to mitigate this, what we're proposing is a rain garden in the front yard area. And that rain garden has been designed not just for the increase in impervious coverage from this application, but it's the differential between the 22.5% and what we're proposing at 37.84%. So you're reaping a significant benefit from this application by not only dealing with the square footage that's part of this application, but you're dealing with the existing non-compliance. In my opinion, the variance associated with the front yard setback is a C1 variance because it's associated with the existing structure that currently exists on the property, and modification causes certain practical difficulties to the applicant since the building is already non-compliant at 49.3 feet. And you're talking about just the small portico area that is projecting. I think the benefits are obvious, the improved aesthetics of the house. I think everyone can agree that the modified front facade is certainly an improvement to the existing structure and adds to the character of the neighborhood. As to the coverage variances, the building coverage is relatively a minor expansion at 369 square feet. And as I stated before, if we were fully compliant at 22,000 square feet, we would be compliant with the coverage. As to the lot coverage variance, obviously the circular driveway adds a significant amount of coverage to the application, but it adds to safety, as the owner pointed out. She feels much more comfortable pulling out onto the roadway than backing out. This also adds to the character and the relationship of the driveway to the front facade, allowing for visitors to be able to enter into the home directly off the driveway rather than coming in from some back parking area or from some on-street parking. The benefit arrived at having the rain garden. As I said, that offsets the impervious coverage for not only what we're proposing, but what currently exists. I don't see any significant impact to the public good or the intent and purpose of the zone plan. Again, you go back to the positive criteria, you're looking at aesthetics, you're looking at positive drainage improvements. And again, I don't see that as harming the neighborhood or changing the character of the neighborhood. The improved landscaping in the front yard will certainly be a benefit. Part of the application, the existing walkway would be removed, so there's some portion of the existing coverage that is being removed as part of this application. And that basically summarizes my testimony with regard to the three variances we are seeking and the proposal here this evening.
Thank you. Does anybody on the board have any questions?
What material is being used for the driveway?
Well,
Pavers, is it
It's
asphalt?
probably gonna be pavers. We had indicated just an impervious area. I didn't know what the client wanted to do, and they've indicated to me that they're most likely gonna go with pavers.
Yeah, the architectural plans show pavers.
So is the current driveway a paver driveway?
Correct.
Yes.
So it's just gonna match the current driveway?
Yeah.
Does that help with the water issue?
It can, it depends on how they're installed, whether or not
I know they have these
put in a
new-
sand bed or not.
These new and semi-impervious pavers.
Yeah,
They do.
The township does not consider those kind of pavers impervious.
Okay,
impervious.
just curious.
Yeah, we don't give them any credit. However, if they are designed in a way to actually store water, then we would give up to 50% based on the design provided by their engineer.
But that's not the intention. That's
No,
why
I was
we
just-
went with the rain garden, we felt that was a better approach.
And you,
Yeah, I've been
The rain
working with Mr. Lance Palmer on the design of the rain garden, and as he mentioned, this design will actually improve the current condition because it is not designing for only the additional impervious area, but is actually designing for the entire impervious beyond what the ordinance allows, which is 20 feet high.
Okay.
Does High Point Drive slope down?
Yes,
So where the existing driveway is, I'm assuming that
the
the,
road pitches from south to north. It drops about a 3-foot grade differential across the frontage.
okay,
So what we did is, the way we designed the driveway, the new driveway, is that this water would sheet right into the rain garden. And then in addition, we're picking up the roof water and bringing the roof water in.
Is that underground?
There's an underground storage area. See the rectangle that's on the plan. That is a stone storage bed below the rain garden to give us even more storage. And then within the rain garden itself is a slight depression of about a foot, and that would store water. It's exactly the same design, but at a much larger scale than what you have in front of the annex.
No, my question is, the gutters, the leaders, the downspouts, are they underground feeding into that?
Correct.
Okay.
So they're gonna be underneath the driveway.
Correct. They'll come in across, there's a pipe proposed at the driveway and spill into the depression.
And the driveway's slightly pitched so that everything
Goes into the,
runs right into that?
correct.
Okay.
I have a question. Is there any special maintenance that you need to do for the rain garden to maintain the ability for it to keep the water?
It's just normal plant maintenance that you have to do periodically. Obviously, you have to cut down periodically the annuals and things of that sort. You have to make sure it's cleaned out of leaf litter, and that's really important, is making sure that the leaf litter is removed. It's normally done as part of your normal landscaping maintenance, and if they, I don't know if they're gonna employ a maintenance firm, a landscaping firm, they're usually pretty versed in maintaining them these days. They're not that uncommon anymore.
Okay.
If the circular were removed,
Yes, ma'am.
what are you looking at in terms of impervious coverage? Since you're removing
The
front of
circular
the-
driveway is about 1,290 square feet. I'd have to do the math real quick, but you probably, you're at 19, or total lot area is 19. So you're looking at 1,290 by 19,322. So you would cut out about 6.7% from our coverage. So our coverage would drop down to 31.24%. But as the client had testified to when she made her initial presentation, it's very important for them to have the circular driveway for safety reasons. They really would like to be able to pull out onto the street rather than back out.
Mhm.
And I think with the rain garden, I think the creation of the rain garden really does mitigate that. And it's not like a massive structure. It's not like you're asking to expand the building footprint by 1,290 square feet. So you're not really affecting or impacting the light, air, and open space of your neighbors.
Okay.
Any other questions? Is there anybody from the public that has any questions for the engineer?
I
Sam?
just have one quick question. How far does the portico extend into the setback?
1 foot.
1 foot? Okay.
And the portico really is the issue
Correct.
with the setback.
Yeah, we talked about that small portion.
Yeah.
So if you minus the portico, the front yard setback is pretty,
But it
pretty
would be the existing,
Yeah.
it's still not.
it's still not
Still not
conforming,
conforming,
but we're not making it worse.
You're looking at this little projection right through here.
I do believe the portico adds a nice touch to the front of the building.
I think it's a very nice rendering.
In your building coverage calculations, did you credit the porch that's already covered? Does that count? So you only counted
Yeah.
the strip that's an addition
Correct.
plus the piece of portico?
Yeah.
Are there any questions from the audience? Okay.
I just have one comment. If the board is to approve this application, there are milestones where my department has to inspect. So we have to inspect the rain garden as it's being built. We have to inspect the installation of the new access into High Point Drive, the new driveway access.
The cutouts.
Yeah, and then at the end of the project, obviously, we have to inspect to make sure everything complies with this plan that was submitted.
How would anyone know if it was maintained properly?
Well, that becomes an enforcement issue, and
Okay.
it's done by the zoning officer.
Okay.
Well, I would only hope that they would want to maintain their property
Yeah.
and not wind
Now,
up with
rain
summonses.
gardens can be very attractive, but they do require a little bit more maintenance
Sure.
than regular garden, but they can be very attractive, and they serve a good purpose.
No further questions? Nobody from the public wants to be heard?
Now would be your chance. If you could again give your name and address for the record, please.
Mike Saratio, C-E-R-R-A-C-C-H-I-O. Want my address?
Yes, please.
43 High Point,
Thank you.
okay? I believe, I saw the beach and everything, I believe it will improve the area. You know, if they meet, you know, whatever they gotta be. But I think it's a beautiful thing to do. That's my opinion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate your opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. With everything being said, I think we can approve application 2018-2 for Ricardo Morgado and Sandra Colho. Thank you. 48 High Point Drive, Block 3301, Lot 5, for front yard, building and lot coverage variances for the addition in the driveway. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve with the conditions set forth that Sam said about the
Well, that's
interim
standard stuff.
inspections.
That's all standard.
Okay.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
May we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Cunningham?
Yes.
Vice Chair Roth?
Yes.
Mr. Monaco?
Yes.
Mr. Hochstein?
Yes.
Mr. Poltrock?
Yeah.
Chairman Fonseca?
Yes.
Motion passes. Congratulations.
Good luck.
Good luck.
When do you want to start?
Wait, Jen.
No, there's a
Jen, we
reason
have
for,
one more.
there's a reason for asking.
I'm sorry, just for the record, I didn't call Ms. Cohen's name because she was about 15 minutes into the meeting, so she missed the beginning testimony.
Oh, okay, got it.
So,
Okay, understood.
There's a reason why I'm asking. When do you plan on starting?
And well, from now it goes to the planning board for review and approval.
No.
no,
No.
So we're done?
no, well, almost.
Almost.
You, from this, if you are ready to start the project right away, then you need to request the waiver of receiving the resolution, so you can apply for building permit tomorrow.
Oh,
All right,
But if you're not in a rush, you can wait till next month meeting, they can approve, give you the resolution, then you can apply for the permit.
now, the issue with waiving your right and starting immediately is that somebody could say something and you'd have to stop. But there's nobody here from the public that's said anything negative about this. Your one neighbor thinks it's a terrific idea, very happy, so it's entirely up to you. So we offer that to you if you'd like to take advantage of it.
yes, thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
So
but
you-
keeping in mind that you still have to work with Sam.
yeah,
Okay.
all right. It just expedites the process for you to get rolling. All right. Good luck. Okay, at this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to call it a day. Adjourn, thank you. The word just like escaped me.
Second?
Second.
Second,
Third.
all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I like drew a blank.